Hi coin hunters, welcome back on Rare Bucks. You are sitting on a gold mine and you don't even know it. Right now, today, hidden inside old piggy banks, forgotten coin jars, dusty shoeboxes sitting in your grandparents' attic, there are state quarters worth not a few dollars, not a few $100s, but tens of thousands of dollars to the right buyer at the right auction. And in this video, I am going to count down the top 5 state quarters that are sending collectors completely off the rails. We are talking face value of 25 cents turning into values that will drop your jaw straight to the floor. Stay locked in, because number 1 on this list has already sold for amounts that don't even feel real. Let's get into it. First up, coin number 5. Coin hunters, let's kick this countdown off with a coin that doesn't get nearly enough respect. And that right there is exactly why savvy collectors are quietly scooping them up before the rest of the world catches on. We are talking about the 1907 Oklahoma State Quarter, and before you even think about scrolling past this one, let me tell you something that is going to stop you cold. The year 1907 stamped right on that coin is not just a number. That is the year Oklahoma was admitted into the Union as the 46th state of the United States of America, and the United States Mint honored that history by placing it front and center on one of the most beautifully designed quarters in the entire 50-state program. The reverse of this coin features a stunning design that captures the spirit of Oklahoma in a way that makes even casual coin handlers stop and take a second look. Now let's get into the numbers, because that is what you are really here for. At face value, this coin is worth 25 cents. That is what it says, that is what the government tells you it is worth, and that is completely irrelevant once you understand what the collector market is actually doing with this piece. In circulated grades, a nice example of the Oklahoma State Quarter in grades around extremely fine to about uncirculated is already pulling respectable premiums well above face. But when you start climbing up into mint state territory, the story gets dramatically more exciting. A raw, uncirculated Oklahoma State Quarter sitting at MS-65 is already commanding prices that put it in a completely different universe from its face value. Certified examples graded by PCGs or NGC in grades of MS-67 have sold at major auction houses for figures pushing well into the hundreds of dollars for standard strikes. But here is where things start getting absolutely wild. The proof versions of this coin, the mirror-like deep Cameo examples struck at the San Francisco Mint for collector sets, graded PR70 deep Cameo by PCGs, have crossed the auction block at prices reaching into the thousands of dollars. We are talking anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 for a perfect, flawless deep Cameo-proof specimen. And when a major auction house puts one of these up with strong bidder competition, prices have been known to push well past that range depending on registry competition and the specific certification label. And that is before we even talk about errors. The Oklahoma State Quarter has generated some absolutely spectacular error coins that have the numismatic community buzzing. Off-center strikes on this issue, where the design is dramatically shifted and a clear crescent of blank planchet is visible, are considered major errors and are highly sought after. Depending on the percentage of off-center shift, these error pieces can range from $1,500 all the way up to $8,000 or more for a dramatic, well-centered error on an uncirculated planchet. Double die varieties on this coin, where doubling is clearly visible in the inscriptions or the primary design elements, add another serious layer of premium value. Collectors who specialize in varieties are paying strong money for attributed double die examples, with prices easily reaching into the $3,000 to $7,000 range for well-attributed, certified specimens. Clad composition errors are another avenue of value on this piece. A full broad strike where the coin expanded beyond the collar during striking gives you an oversized, slightly irregular quarter that any serious error collector would pay serious money to own. These broad strikes in nice grades are fetching prices in the $1,000 to $3,000 range at the right auction. And when two aggressive bidders go head-to-head over a premium example, all bets are off on where the hammer falls. The die cap errors on this series, while extremely rare, represent some of the most dramatic and visually stunning errors in all of state quarter collecting. A full die cap error on an Oklahoma state quarter would be a $5,000 to $10,000 coin without hesitation in today's market. Possibly more depending on the specific auction environment and who is in the room bidding. The bottom line on the Oklahoma state quarter is this. Most people treat this coin like it is just a regular quarter sitting in their change. The collectors who know better are treating it like a treasure. Because in the right grade and the right variety, that is exactly what it is. Coming up next at number 4, we have a coin from a state that entered the Union in 1889. And the quarter that represents it has been quietly generating some of the most surprising auction results in recent memory. You need to hear this one. Stay right there. Next up, coin number 4. If you thought the Oklahoma quarter was going to be tough to beat, get ready, because the 1889 South Dakota state quarter is here to raise the stakes in a serious way, and everything you thought you knew about this coin is about to change completely. South Dakota entered the Union on November 2, 1889, as the 40th state, and the mint gave this coin a reverse design that captures the wild, majestic soul of the Mount Rushmore state in a way that is genuinely breathtaking. The iconic image of a ring-necked pheasant soaring above a field of wheat and the outline of Mount Rushmore in the background creates one of the most visually compelling reverse designs in the entire state quarter series. And that visual appeal is absolutely reflected in what collectors are willing to pay for premium examples. Let's talk real numbers. Your standard South Dakota state quarter, sitting in a coin jar at face value, is worth 25 cents. We both know that. But take that same coin, submit it to PCGs or NGC, and get it backgraded MS67 with full original luster and a perfectly struck design. And you are now holding a coin worth several $100s minimum in today's active registry coin market. The competition among collectors building registry sets has driven the prices of top pop examples to levels that would make your head spin. An MS68 South Dakota state quarter, certified by either major grading service, is a coin that collectors are actively hunting, and the prices reflect that desperation. Certified examples at that grade tier have sold at auction for figures pushing $2,000 to $4,000 for the standard Philadelphia and Denver mint strikes, with particularly clean, blazing examples commanding even more from the right bidder. Now let's talk about the San Francisco proof coins, because this is where South Dakota really begins to shine. A PR70 Deep Cameo South Dakota state quarter graded by PCGs or NGC represents absolute perfection. There is not a single mark, not a hint of weakness in the strike, not one stray contact mark on that mirror-like field. These coins are the pinnacle of what the San Francisco Mint produced during the state quarter program, and the auction record for top-grade Deep Cameo proofs on this coin tells a story that face value simply cannot tell. Perfect Deep Cameo proofs have sold for prices ranging from $3,000 to $8,000, depending on the registry competition level at the time of the sale, and when a major collector decides they absolutely need that specific coin to complete a registry set, prices have gone even higher. The error story on the South Dakota state quarter is where things get genuinely spectacular. This coin has some of the most exciting known error varieties in the entire 50-state program, and if you happen to have one sitting in your collection, you could be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. The most famous and talked about error type on this coin involves dramatic off-center strikes, where the reverse design is shifted significantly from center, leaving a blank crescent of planchet visible. A 50% off-center South Dakota state quarter in mint state condition is a coin that top error dealers are valuing at $8,000 to $12,000, and for an extremely dramatic example, with a high percentage of shift, and a strong central design visible, prices have reached into the $15,000 range at specialized numismatic auctions. That is not 25 cents. That is a life-changing discovery hiding in plain sight. Clipped planchet errors are another major area of value on this issue. A straight clip or curved clip on a South Dakota state quarter creates a visually stunning, immediately recognizable error that any collector would be thrilled to own. Certified clipped planchet errors in mint state grades are currently trading in the $2,000 to $5,000 range, with larger, more dramatic clips at the top of that range. Blockage errors, where a previously struck coin sticks to the die and impresses an incuse mirror image onto the next blank, are among the rarest and most coveted error types in all of coin collecting. And a blockage error on a South Dakota state quarter would be a museum-quality piece worth tens of thousands of dollars if one were discovered and brought to auction today. The double die varieties on this coin deserve their own spotlight. Collectors who specialize in variety coins have identified double die obverse examples on the South Dakota quarter where visible doubling appears in the lettering and date area. These attributed varieties command significant premiums over ordinary examples, with strong certified specimens trading in the $3,000 to $6,000 range among variety specialists. The key is getting the coin properly attributed and certified. Because once that NGC or PCG's label confirms the variety, the value increases dramatically and instantly. What makes the South Dakota State Quarter particularly compelling right now is the growing awareness in the collector community about just how scarce truly pristine examples are. The mint state population data shows that top-grade examples are genuinely rare, and as more collectors discover this, the competition for the finest known pieces is only going to intensify. The window to acquire these at current prices may not stay open forever. And speaking of windows closing, coin number 3 on our countdown today is from a state that entered the Union in 1863 during one of the most dramatic moments in American history. And the quarter that represents it has been generating some seriously eye-popping numbers at auction. This is one you absolutely cannot miss. Keep watching. Next up, coin number 3, Coin Warrior. We are now at the top half of this countdown, and the 1863 West Virginia State Quarter is here to prove, without any doubt, that you do not need to be looking at ancient coins from the 1800s to find serious money in numismatics. This coin has a backstory unlike any other quarter in the entire 50-state series, and once you understand that backstory, you will never look at this coin the same way again. West Virginia entered the Union on June 20th, 1863, right in the middle of the Civil War, making it one of the only states ever admitted to the Union during active armed conflict. That history alone gives this coin a weight and a significance that sets it apart from every other quarter in the program. And collectors who appreciate American history respond to that significance with their wallets wide open. The reverse design of the West Virginia State Quarter is a masterpiece of American numismatic art. The Harper's Ferry Bridge and the New River Gorge Bridge, two of the most iconic landmarks in the Mountain State, frame a design that tells the story of West Virginia's engineering heritage and natural beauty in a single, stunning image. The design is widely regarded as one of the finest in the entire 50-state program, and that aesthetic quality translates directly into collector demand and premium pricing for top-grade examples. Now let's get into what this coin is actually worth when you go beyond face value. At the circulated grades that most people have sitting in their change collections, a West Virginia quarter is worth a few cents above face to maybe $1 or $2 for a sharp about uncirculated example. But the moment you start entering certified mint state territory, the value curve starts climbing sharply. An MS-66 West Virginia State Quarter from the Philadelphia or Denver Mint in a PCG's or NGC holder is already a coin worth several $100s, And at MS67, you are looking at numbers that start to get genuinely exciting. Registry competition for the finest known examples has pushed prices for MS68 certified pieces into the $2,000 to $5,000 range, with the most aggressively competed registry slots seeing prices go considerably higher when two determined collectors are fighting over the same coin. The proof coinage from San Francisco on this issue is spectacular.
Deep Cameo mirror-field proof strikes of the West Virginia quarter at the PR70 grade level are among the most gorgeous coins the San Francisco Mint has ever produced in the context of the state quarter program, and the market knows it. Perfect PR70 DCAM examples have sold at major numismatic auctions for prices ranging from $4,000 to $9,000. And exceptional examples from highly desirable certification companies with early or special labels have pushed well past $10,000 when registry competition was at its peak.
That is $10,000 for a coin that originally sold as part of a proof set for a few dollars. The math there is simply extraordinary. The era coin population on the West Virginia state quarter has produced some absolutely remarkable specimens that have become celebrated pieces in the world of era coin collecting. The most dramatic and widely celebrated error type associated with this coin involves major die cracks and cuds. A full cud error, where a piece of the die breaks away and leaves a raised, irregular blob of metal on the coin's surface, transforms an ordinary quarter into a genuine numismatic rarity. Major cud errors on state quarters from this era in mint state condition are valued at $2,000 to $6,000 by leading error coin specialists, and exceptional examples that are visually dramatic and well-preserved can push significantly higher. Off-metal strikes are the holy grail of error collecting for this series. If a West Virginia state quarter design was accidentally struck on a cent planchet or a dime planchet, that coin would be an absolute showstopper worth anywhere from $15,000 to $50,000 or more at a major auction, depending on the specific planchet and the overall condition of the piece. These off-metal errors are extraordinarily rare and represent once-in-a-generation discoveries when they surface. The wrong planchet errors, where a state quarter is struck on a planchet intended for a foreign coin or a different denomination entirely, are similarly priced in the stratosphere of numismatic value. A West Virginia quarter struck on a Sacagawea dollar planchet, for example, would be a coin worth $20,000 to $40,000 or more. And these dramatic errors do exist in the world of state quarter collecting, which means every single roll of coins you open is potentially a treasure hunt. Double-struck errors on this issue are another major value driver. A dramatically double-struck West Virginia quarter, where the second strike shifted the design significantly, is a coin that top error dealers are valuing at $5,000 to $12,000. And for a partial collar double strike, with clear detail in both impressions, prices can go even higher. The West Virginia state quarter error market is active, it is passionate, and the prices being paid are a direct reflection of just how seriously the top collectors in this field take their pursuit of perfection and rarity. With the West Virginia quarter firmly established as a serious player in this countdown, we move now to a coin that represents a state with a founding date that gives it extra significance in the world of American numismatics. Coin number 2 carries the year 1803, and the story of what collectors are paying for premium examples of this quarter is something you genuinely need to hear before this countdown is finished. Do not touch that button. Next up, coin number 2, coin hunters. Now we are down to the final 2 coins in this countdown, and the 1803 Ohio State Quarter is here to remind every single person watching this channel that the State Quarter program produced some of the most collectible, most valuable, and most historically significant coinage in modern American numismatic history. Ohio entered the Union on March 1, 1803, as the 17th state, making it one of the oldest members of the Union, and the quarter that was minted to honor that statehood carries all of that historical gravitas in every single strike. The Buckeye State's quarter features one of the most universally recognized and beloved reverse designs in the entire series. A breathtaking image of an astronaut in space, and the Wright brothers' flyer commemorating Ohio's extraordinary contribution to human flight and exploration. Neil Armstrong and the Wright brothers, both Ohioans, both immortalized on a coin that every American has had the chance to hold. The design is iconic, it is patriotic, and it is deeply significant in a way that resonates with collectors far beyond the numismatic community. Now let's talk about what this coin is genuinely worth in today's market. Because the face value of 25 cents is an absolute insult to what a premium example of this coin represents. In standard circulated grades, a nice Ohio State quarter is worth a modest premium over face value to the average person looking through a change jar. But the moment you find a pristine, uncirculated example and get it into the hands of a professional grader, the value story changes completely and dramatically. At MS-66, a certified Ohio State quarter from the Philadelphia or Denver Mint is already a coin worth several $100s in an active collector market. At MS-67, the premiums climb sharply, with certified examples in that grade tier regularly trading at prices in the $500 to $1,200 range depending on the specific mint, the eye appeal of the coin, and the current demand from registry set builders. At MS-68, the Ohio State quarter enters rarefied air. The population of coins certified at that grade is genuinely small, and collectors who are building top registry sets know that securing an MS-68 Ohio from either the Philadelphia or Denver Mint is a significant accomplishment. The prices at that grade level have been extraordinary, with certified MS-68 examples selling at major auctions for figures ranging from $3,000 to $8,000 for the finest known specimens. When top registry collectors go to war over a coin like this, the hammer price can go places that seem impossible for a coin that started life as a quarter. The San Francisco proof coins for Ohio are among the most celebrated in the entire state quarter proof set, and there are very good reasons why. The combination of that magnificent astronaut design with the mirror-like fields and frosted devices of a perfect proof strike creates a visual impact that is genuinely stunning.
A PR70 Deep Cameo Ohio State quarter, certified by PCGs or NGC, is a coin that serious proof collectors have been chasing for years, and the auction prices reflect that sustained, passionate demand. Perfect Deep Cameo proofs on this issue have crossed the auction block at prices ranging from $5,000 to $12,000 for standard PR70 DCAM examples, and for coins with special labels or particularly coveted certification details, prices have exceeded $15,000 at competitive auctions.
The error population on the Ohio State quarter has produced some of the most jaw-dropping specimens in the entire history of the state quarter program. And if you are an error collector, this coin needs to be on your radar at the absolute highest priority. The most legendary error type associated with this issue involves major off-center strikes on mint state planchets. A dramatic 50% or greater off-center Ohio State quarter in MS condition, where the astronaut design and Wright flyer are clearly visible despite the dramatic misalignment, is a coin that specialized error dealers are placing values on in the $10,000 to $18,000 range. For an extremely dramatic near-total off-center example with a strong date visible, prices have reached into the $20,000 range at the most competitive specialized error coin auctions. Transitional errors are another category that has produced legendary pieces in Ohio State quarter collecting. These occur when the mint accidentally strikes coins on planches from the wrong year's production, creating coins with incorrect metal compositions or slightly different physical specifications that are immediately identifiable to trained eyes. Transitional errors in this category are valued at $10,000 to $30,000 or more, depending on the specific nature of the error and the grade of the piece. These are the kinds of coins that end up on the cover of numismatic publications and spark bidding wars between the most serious collectors in the country. Wrong planchet errors for this issue represent the absolute pinnacle of Ohio State quarter rarity and value. An Ohio State quarter struck on a cent planchet, a nickel planchet, or most dramatically a gold planchet would be a coin worth anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000 at a major auction. And the collector community would treat the discovery of such a piece as a genuine numismatic event. The possibility that these coins exist somewhere in a forgotten collection or tucked away in an old jar is what makes this hobby so endlessly exciting and endlessly rewarding. Die cap errors, rotated die errors with dramatic degrees of rotation, and missing element errors where entire portions of the design fail to strike up are all documented in the Ohio State quarter population, and all command premium prices that reflect their extraordinary scarcity. A full die-cap Ohio State quarter in gem mint state condition would be a $5,000 to $15,000 coin at minimum at any serious numismatic auction today. Everything about the Ohio State quarter screams serious collectability, serious historical significance, and serious value for collectors who are willing to look beyond the face value that is stamped on the coin. But as remarkable as this coin is, there is one more quarter in this countdown that has been generating numbers that make even the Ohio quarter look like it is just warming up the crowd. Coin number 1 is the most surprising, most historically significant, and most jaw-dropping quarter in this entire countdown, and the values attached to premium examples of this coin are going to blow your mind completely. Here we go. Last one. Brave Coin Warrior, here it is. The number 1 spot on this entire countdown, and the coin sitting in that position, is the 1787 New Jersey State quarter, and if you are not already completely blown away by what we have covered in this video, what I am about to tell you is going to put you over the edge entirely. New Jersey entered the Union on December 18, 1787, making it the 3rd state to ratify the Constitution of the United States of America. The 3rd state. In the entire history of this nation, New Jersey was the 3rd state to officially join the Union, and that historic significance is permanently memorialized on one of the most storied and sought-after quarters in the entire 50-state series. The year 1787 stamped on this coin is not just a date. It is a direct connection to the birth of the United States, to the Founding Fathers, to the Constitutional Convention, and to the earliest days of American democracy. No other coin in this countdown carries that weight, and no other coin in this countdown generates the collector passion and the auction prices that this one does. The reverse design of the New Jersey State quarter features Washington crossing the Delaware, the famous historical scene depicting General George Washington's legendary crossing of the icy Delaware River on the night of December 25th and 26th, 1776, leading to the pivotal Battle of Trenton. That image, immortalized by Emanuel Lewitz's famous 1851 painting, is one of the most recognizable and emotionally powerful images in all of American history. And having it struck in coin form by the United States Mint on a quarter honoring the founding date of 1787 creates a numismatic piece with historical resonance that simply cannot be overstated. Collectors who are not even numismatists look at this coin and feel something. That emotional connection to American history is a powerful driver of collector demand, and that demand is reflected dramatically in what the market is paying for top-grade examples. Let's get into the numbers, because the face value of 25 cents is nothing more than a technicality when it comes to the finest examples of this coin. Standard circulated examples are worth a modest premium over face, as with all state quarters. But certified mint state examples start getting interesting almost immediately. An MS-66 New Jersey State quarter from the Philadelphia or Denver Mint is already a coin worth several $100s in today's collector market. At MS-67, the value jumps significantly, with certified examples in that grade tier regularly commanding prices in the $800 to $2,000 range at major numismatic auctions, depending on current registry competition and the specific strike quality of the example. At MS-68, the New Jersey State Quarter is an absolute powerhouse. The combination of scarcity at that grade level, the historical significance of the design, and the intense competition among top registry set builders has produced auction results that are genuinely staggering. Certified MS-68 examples of the New Jersey Quarter have sold at major auctions for prices ranging from $5,000 to $15,000, depending on the certification company, the specific label, and the intensity of bidding competition at the time of the sale. The most aggressively contested registry sets have seen prices for a single MS-68 New Jersey Quarter reach figures that would buy a used car, and every numismatist who follows this market closely understands exactly why. The San Francisco Proof New Jersey State Quarter is the jewel of this entire discussion, and the prices attached to perfect deep Cameo examples are the reason this coin sits at number 1 on our countdown today. A PR70 Deep Cameo New Jersey State Quarter certified by PCGs or NGC represents the absolute pinnacle of what the United States Mint has produced in modern proof coinage for the State Quarter series. The combination of that iconic Washington crossing the Delaware design with the perfect mirror fields and deeply frosted devices of a flawless proof strike creates a visual experience that no photograph can fully capture. You have to hold one of these coins under a proper numismatic light and slowly rotate it to truly understand why collectors lose their minds over perfect examples. And the auction prices reflect that passion completely and without reservation. Perfect PR70 DCAM New Jersey State Quarter examples have crossed the auction block at prices ranging from $8,000 to $20,000 for standard issues. And for coins with special first day of issue labels, special designation labels, or coins from particularly coveted certification batches, prices have exceeded $25,000 at the most competitive specialized numismatic auctions. That is $25,000 for a coin the government says is worth 25 cents. The ratio of face value to collector value is essentially incomprehensible, and it is driven entirely by perfection, rarity at the top grades, and the historical significance of the design and date. The error coin story on the New Jersey State Quarter is where this coin absolutely separates itself from everything else in this countdown, and cements its position as the undisputed king of this list. The New Jersey Quarter has been associated with some of the most valuable, most talked about, and most historically celebrated error coins in the modern era of United States coinage. And the prices attached to the finest known error specimens on this issue are in a completely different galaxy from what we have discussed for any of the other coins in this countdown. Off-center strikes on the New Jersey Quarter in gem mint state condition, particularly those showing a dramatic percentage of shift with clear Washington and Delaware River imagery still visible in the remaining struck portion, are coins that top error dealers are valuing at $15,000 to $25,000 for premium uncirculated examples. The combination of the iconic design with the dramatic visual impact of a major off-center strike creates a coin that is both a historically significant artifact and a major numismatic rarity at the same time. And bidders at specialized error coin auctions respond to that combination with extraordinary enthusiasm and extraordinary bids. Transitional and wrong planchet errors on the New Jersey State Quarter represent the absolute summit of value in this entire countdown. A New Jersey State Quarter design struck on a gold planchet or a dramatically incorrect base metal planchet would be a coin worth $100,000 or more in today's market, potentially significantly more depending on the specific planchet, the condition of the piece, and the competitive environment at auction. These coins are the unicorns of error collecting, the pieces that numismatists dream about discovering. And the fact that they have been found on other state quarter issues means that the possibility of one existing for New Jersey cannot be dismissed. Every roll you open, every old coin jar you dig through, is a potential discovery. Double denomination errors, where a coin receives strikes intended for two different denominations, are among the rarest and most valuable error types in all of American numismatics. A New Jersey state quarter with a genuine double denomination error would be a coin valued at $50,000 to $150,000 at a major auction, and no serious numismatist would hesitate for a single second before bidding aggressively for the opportunity to own such a piece. The history, the rarity, the visual drama, and the investment potential of a coin like that combine to create something that transcends ordinary coin collecting entirely. Die cap errors, brockage errors, partial collar errors, rotated die errors, and major cuds have all been documented on New Jersey state quarter die marriages. And the finest known examples of each of these types in high-grade certified holders command prices that reflect their genuine numismatic significance. A major cut error on a New Jersey quarter in gem mint state is a $5,000 to $10,000 coin. A full die cap error would push $20,000 to $30,000. A dramatic brockage with strong design detail would be a $10,000 to $20,000 coin at minimum. The error market for this issue is deep, it is passionate, and the prices being paid are a testament to just how seriously the top collectors in this hobby take their pursuit of the finest and rarest examples. The 1787 New Jersey state quarter is not just the most valuable coin in this countdown. It is a direct, physical connection to the founding of the United States of America. It carries the date of New Jersey's entry into the Union as the third state to ratify the Constitution. It bears the image of one of the most iconic moments in American military and political history. And in the finest grades, whether mint state or deep cameo proof, whether a perfect strike or a dramatic certified error, this coin commands prices that reflect every single one of those qualities. From 25 cents face value to $25,000 and beyond at auction, the New Jersey state quarter is the undisputed champion of this countdown and one of the most compelling modern coins in all of American numismatics. Final thoughts. And there you have it, 5 state quarters that prove beyond any shadow of a doubt that the most valuable coins in America are not always the old ones. They are the overlooked ones. They are sitting in your change, in your grandparents' coin jars, in rolls at the bank, in old collections that nobody has looked at seriously in 20 years. The difference between a coin worth 25 cents and a coin worth $25,000 is knowledge, and now you have it. Go check your coins. Go check every single one. You never know what you are holding until you look. If this video showed you something you did not know before, smash that subscribe button right now and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single video from Rare Bucks. Because every video on this channel is another chance to find the fortune hiding in your pocket. Stay rare.